You ever watch someone change right in front of you? I'm not talking about growing up or getting older or any of that normal stuff. I mean really change, like you're looking at your little brother one night, and the next morning, you're not sure if it's even him anymore. If you're reading this, it's not too late to log out, but you might want to hear what happened first, because I wish someone had warned me. This isn't just another creepy game story. I know how those go. Glitches, jump scares, maybe a haunted username. But what happened to my brother, and what's still happening, is something darker. Something that crawled out of a game and into our lives. And I don't think it's finished yet. I'm not here to scare you for fun. I'm here because I need to know I'm not alone. If you've ever seen something like this, if you've ever watched someone you love become a stranger, tell me in the comments. There are things in those games that aren't meant for kids or anyone. And if you're smart, you'll pay attention to every word I say. Our house isn't the kind of place you'd expect anything weird to happen. It's just a regular split level in a regular suburb. The kind of neighborhood where the biggest drama is whether the recycling bin got knocked over by raccoons or the wind. My parents work late, so most nights it's just me and my little brother, Jamie, fending for ourselves until they get home. I'm 17, he's 9, and if you've ever had a much younger sibling, you know the drill. I'm the responsible one, which mostly means making sure he doesn't set the kitchen on fire microwaving pizza rolls. Jamie's obsessed with Roblox. I mean obsessed. He talks about it nonstop, what he built, who he played with, what new hobby he's trying to beat. I used to roll my eyes at the whole thing. I mean, it's just a bunch of blocky avatars running around, right? I'd tease him about his baby games, and he'd get all defensive, telling me I was too old to understand. Sometimes I'd watch over his shoulder, just to make sure he wasn't getting into anything weird, but honestly, I never worried. Roblox seemed safe, kid-friendly. The worst thing I ever saw was a misspelled swear word in the chat. I used to laugh at the idea of haunted games. Not anymore. If only I'd paid more attention to the usernames on his friend list, or the way he started whispering to his headset when he thought I wasn't listening. But back then, it was just another game night. Jamie in his pajamas, feet swinging off the edge of his chair, giggling at something on the screen. Me scrolling on my phone, half listening, half bored. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing to worry about. Or so I thought. It started with Jamie talking about a new friend. He was always making friends online, but this one was different. His name's Mr. Smiles, Jamie said one night, grinning like he'd just found a secret level. He's really cool. He helps me win games. I barely looked up from my phone. Mr. Smiles? Sounds like a clown. You sure he's not some weirdo? Jamie rolled his eyes. He's not a weirdo. He's funny. He knows all the secrets in the maps. He even showed me a hidden room in Brookhaven. I shrugged it off. Kids get attached to random usernames all the time. But then I started noticing things. Jamie would stay up later than usual, even after I told him to log off. I'd wake up at 2 in the morning and see the blue glow from under his door. Sometimes I'd hear him whispering, like he was talking to someone through his headset, but when I'd knock, he'd go silent. One afternoon, I caught a glimpse of his chat. The messages from Mr. Smiles were off. Not just GG or LOL. Stuff like, I see you in the red shirt, or your dog is barking again. We don't have a dog. I asked Jamie about it, and he just shrugged. He's joking. He says funny stuff, but the jokes got weirder. He said Mr. Smiles knew things about our house, things I never told anyone. Jamie's voice was small, almost embarrassed, like the crack in my window, or the way you always leave your shoes by the stairs. I tried to laugh it off, probably just guessing, or maybe you told him without realizing, but I couldn't shake the feeling. I thought it was just a troll. I was wrong. Jamie's excitement started to feel forced, like he was trying to convince himself everything was fine. And every time I heard that name, Mr. Smiles, I felt a little colder, like something was watching us from the other side of the screen. At first, it was just Jamie acting weird. But then the game itself started to change. I'd walk past his room and see his screen flicker, the bright, blocky colors of Roblox warping into something off. Characters would stretch and twist, their faces melting into wide, unnatural grins. Sometimes, the music would cut out, replaced by static or a low, droning hum that made my skin crawl. Jimmy got obsessed. He stopped coming down for dinner, barely spoke to me unless I pried him away from the computer. When I did, he'd snap, "Just 5 more minutes," or "I'm in the middle of something." His eyes looked wrong, glassy, unfocused, like he was watching something I couldn't see. One night, I decided to watch him play. He was in a game I didn't recognize, some kind of empty city map. His avatar wandered the streets alone, except for another figure in the distance, a tall, blocky character with a huge, fixed smile. Mr. Smiles. The chat box kept popping up, even though Jamie wasn't typing. Mr. Smiles. Do you like the new room I made for you? Mr. Smiles. Your sister is watching. Should I say hi? Mr. Smiles. It's almost time. I grabbed the mouse. Who is this? How does he know about me? Jamie yanked it back, panic flashing in his eyes. Don't. You'll make him mad. That's when the game glitched. The screen went black, then flashed our real names. First mine, then Jamie's. Then our address, letter by letter, like someone was typing it out just for us. I felt my stomach drop. Jamie, log out. Now. He shook his head, tears in his eyes. I can't. He says if I leave, he'll come here for real. I tried to uninstall Roblox, but every time I deleted it, the icon would reappear. Sometimes it would be a different color, or the smiley face would be just a little too wide. That's when things got worse. Jamie started locking his door. He stopped talking to me altogether. The house felt colder, emptier, like something was waiting just out of sight. The bright, safe world of Roblox had turned into a nightmare, and I had no idea how to wake us up. I know what you're thinking. It's just a game. It's just some troll messing with your brother. I used to think that too. But after what I've seen, I can't shake the feeling that there's something bigger going on, something that goes way beyond Jamie or even Roblox. I started digging. I searched forums, subreddits, even those sketchy corners of the internet where people post about haunted games and digital urban legends. I found stories, dozens of them. Kids talking about a player called Mr. Smiles, or sometimes the Smiling Man. Always the same MO, weird messages, impossible glitches, a growing sense of dread. Some posts got deleted almost as soon as they went up. Others ended with a single, chilling line, "He's here now." If you've heard of the Smiling Man protocol, DM me. I need answers. I found a thread about it, but it was locked, and the user who posted it hasn't been active since. Some people say these things can follow you out of the game, that once you see the smile, it's already too late. I don't know if that's true, but I can't risk ignoring it anymore. I used to laugh at stories like this. Now, I'm desperate for someone to tell me I'm not crazy. If you've seen anything like this, if you know the rules, or how to break them, leave a comment. Share your story, because I'm starting to think this isn't just a game, and whatever's behind that smile is only getting started. It's hard to explain the moment you realize someone you love isn't really there anymore. Jamie used to be all energy, bouncing around the house, making dumb jokes, begging me to play with him. Now he barely moved. He'd sit at his desk for hours, eyes locked on the screen, not even blinking. Sometimes I'd stand in the doorway and watch him, waiting for him to notice me. He never did. His voice changed, too. It got flat, almost robotic, like he was reading lines from a script. One night, I heard him talking into his headset, but the words didn't make sense. The door is open. The window is cracked. The smile is coming. Over and over, like a chant. I tried to snap him out of it. "Jamie, who are you talking to?" He turned to look at me, and for a second, I swear his eyes looked too big, too dark. "He says you should smile more," he whispered, and then he laughed, a sound that didn't belong to him. He started calling me by my old username, one I never told him. "Hey, Pixel Ghost, wanna play?" The first time he said it, I froze. That was a name I used years ago, on a different account, one I deleted after some creeper started messaging me. There's no way Jamie could have known. I asked him where he heard it, and he just grinned. Mr. Smiles knows everything. I found him talking to someone on the mic late one night. I pressed my ear to the door, heart pounding. Jamie's voice was low, almost a whisper, but the voice that answered wasn't a kid's. It was deep, distorted, like someone dragging metal across concrete. "Almost ready. Almost home." I burst in, but Jamie just stared at me, his face blank, headset still on. The screen was black except for a single, wide smiley face, pulsing in time with his breathing. The house felt wrong. The air was heavy, thick with something I couldn't name. Jamie's innocence was gone, replaced by something cold and watchful. I wanted to believe he was still in there somewhere, but every day, he slipped further away, and the thing wearing his face smiled wider. I couldn't take it anymore. I had to do something, anything, to break whatever hold Mr. Smiles had on Jamie. First, I tried uninstalling Roblox again, but the icon kept reappearing no matter how many times I deleted it. I changed the Wi-Fi password, unplugged the router, even hid the power cords. Jamie didn't protest. He just sat there, staring at the blank screen, lips twitching like he was trying to remember how to smile. That night, the house felt colder than ever. The lights flickered, shadows stretched across the walls in ways that didn't make sense. I heard voices, low, garbled, coming from the vents and the corners of empty rooms. Sometimes, I'd catch a glimpse of something moving just out of sight, a flash of white teeth in the dark. Desperate, I grabbed Jamie's laptop and smashed it against the floor, over and over, until the plastic cracked and the screen went black. I thought I'd finally done it. But the next morning, the laptop was back on his desk, spotless, as if nothing had happened. Jamie was already logged in, his avatar standing next to Mr. Smiles in some endless, empty map. I started seeing the smile, not just on the screen, but everywhere, drawn in condensation on the bathroom mirror, scratched into the wood of Jamie's desk, even traced in dust on the windowsill. It was always the same, too wide, too many teeth, watching me. The line between the game and our house was gone. The safety of our home, the ordinary world I'd always trusted, was shattered. Jamie wasn't just playing anymore. He was a vessel, a doorway, and whatever had come through was here to stay. I realized then that logging out wasn't enough. This thing had found a way in, and it wasn't leaving. I kept searching for answers, desperate for anything that could explain what was happening to Jamie and to me. That's when I stumbled onto a hidden forum buried deep in the web, where people whispered about something called the Smiling Man Protocol. The posts were scattered, half erased, like someone was trying to wipe them out as fast as they appeared. But the pattern was always the same. A child gets a friend request from Mr. Smiles, starts acting strange, and then the game begins to bleed into real life. Some called it a digital entity, others a cult that used games as a gateway. The stories were eerily similar. Kids drawing the same smiley face over and over, hearing voices in the static, seeing things that shouldn't exist. There were rules, too, but they were always vague, half-finished, like a warning cut short. The one that stuck with me was simple. If you see the smile, it's already too late. I found a list of names in one of the threads, a roster of supposed victims. My heart stopped when I saw Jamie's name. And then, just below it, mine. I stared at the screen, feeling the last bit of control slip away. This wasn't just about Jamie anymore. I was part of it now, marked by whatever ritual or curse Mr. Smiles used to cross over. The illusion that I could fix this, that I could protect my brother, was gone. All that was left was dread, and the knowledge that something was coming for both of us, following rules I didn't understand, in a game I never agreed to play. It happened just after midnight. I woke to the sound of footsteps in the hallway, slow, deliberate, like someone was counting each step. I crept out of bed, heart pounding, and found Jamie standing in the doorway to my room. Only, it wasn't Jamie. Not really. His eyes were too wide, his mouth stretched into that impossible grin I'd seen everywhere. He smiled at me. Not my brother. Not anymore. He spoke, but the voice that came out was layered, Jamie's, but underneath, something older, deeper, echoing with static. He wants to meet you now, he said, tilting his head. He says you're ready. You've seen the smile. You know the rules. I backed away, shaking, but Jamie, or whatever was inside him, just stepped closer. You can't leave. Not now. Not after you've played. His hand reached out, cold and clammy, and I felt a pressure in my head, like something was trying to crawl inside. I had seconds to decide. Run and leave Jamie behind, or stay and face whatever Mr. Smiles had planned for me. I looked into my brother's eyes, searching for any trace of him, but all I saw was that endless, hungry smile. I don't remember what I chose. Maybe I never had a choice. The last thing I remember is Jamie whispering, "Smile for me," as the world flickered and the darkness pressed in. If you're reading this, you've seen the smile too. Maybe that's how it spreads. Maybe that's how it finds you. If you feel something watching, if you see that grin in the dark, don't look away. It's already too late. I don't know how much time I have left. I'm writing this from a borrowed phone, in a place that doesn't feel like home anymore. The house is quiet, but every shadow looks like a smile, and every sound makes me jump. I haven't seen Jamie since that night. Sometimes I hear laughter in the walls, or see a flicker of movement in the corner of my eye. But when I turn, there's nothing there. Or maybe I just can't see it yet. If you get a friend request from Mr. Smiles, don't accept. Block. Delete. Run. Don't think you're safe just because it's just a game. I thought that too, and now I'm not sure if I'll ever be free. If you've seen the smile, or if you know how to break the rules, tell me in the comments. Share your story. Maybe together we can figure out what this thing wants, or at least warn the next person before it's too late. I'll update if I make it through the night. Stay safe out there, and whatever you do, don't smile back.